live on Chicano Street. Beautiful Linda Raza, man. Do me a favor, man. Just hit that like button one time for your boy. Por favor. Beautiful summer day. I mean, ¿qué más quieres, man? ¿Qué más quieres, man? You can't ask for more, man. Food on the table, clothes on your back. The summer's here. Boom, it's going on, man. Checking in one more time from the neighborhood, actually. American Cholo, when he goes to the liquor stores on Charra Street and all that. He does the little videos. Pues it's the same thing right here. The same neighborhood I was born in. The same neighborhood I was immature in and did a lot of immature shit on. Is the same neighborhood I'm sitting in right now, enjoying lunch with a mature mentality, chopping it up with you guys. So let's go ahead and give a couple shouts out during this video. Talk about whatever the people want to talk about. Go ahead and do me a favor, man. Just hit that like. Live from the In-N-Out Burger on Kern Street, right in the town, man. So I got a gig this weekend, so I'm going to be DJing this weekend. It's all to the good. I'm going to be DJing this weekend, so that should be fun. I think it's only going to be 4 hours. I think they got me from 5 to 9. Your boy's pricey, you know what I mean? They want me to come out of retirement. It's going to cost something, you know? Especially if you stack that up to with the regular holla that I have. It won't compare as far as money-wise, but it's not even for the money. It's just more of a, hey, let's make this party crack. And then it always ends up happening when by the time I want to wrap up, because I'm on contract to a certain point, it always ends up happening, hey, can you stay longer? Can you stay longer? Chingado. You always want me to stay longer at the DJ gigs. Anyways, I appreciate you. Raider Tommy's in the casa. That's right. I appreciate you. Raider Tommy, again, I'll extend the invite to you, my boy. Make a way for you to get there if you can. I know you probably, I think there's other things going on that evening, but if there's nothing going on during the day, you definitely are invited, carnal. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Just let me know. Let me know. You can go hit me on the DM if 1 to 3 works, and I'll make your way there. Absolutely, 100%. Anyways, let's talk about, man, people have been tapping in on IG lately. Man, that's good shit. That's how we know it's we're turning this into a Chicano world, like Crucito said, a Latino world. And then Miklo Simon. We've gotten 44 Vato. He started following just about 2 or 3 days ago. I forgot off of which reel. Oh, it was the reel with me reacting to Hector Jesus and talking about bad investments, quinceañeras that break the bank. 50 racks gone, and then the tío gets deported. That's a whole nother issue. We're not gonna get into that. Calma tu pedo. And so 44 Vato tapped in, man. I'm like, we're getting there, man. Slowly but surely. I don't want that 15 minutes to be a flash in the pan. I want to set it up, man. By the time we do our 15 minutes and do our little tour, or however it comes about in God's time, everything will already be set up, man. Well, they'll know us, they'll know the community, boom, they'll tap in, y ya se va, man. So shout out to 44 Vato, man, who just posted that he got more views on his page than Telemundo. That's big, man. That is big. That goes to show you anyone with a camera and some ambition can go ahead and get more ratings and get more viewership than a major television network. That's huge. So shout out to him. Shout out to 44 Vato, man. I appreciate the follow, cabron. I hope it's not boring. I promise it won't be. I promise it won't be boring. We keep it entertaining here. We shoot the shit, man. We shoot the shit. We don't duck anything. We hit everything head on. And that's just what it is, man. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Death Row, that's right, my boy. Raider Tommy, absolutely, Raider Tommy. You just got to let me know on the DM if you can slide through. I'll make the way there, absolutely. Now, we do got Loca coming. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there for, you know, maybe people want to carpool. That's cool. Now, a few people hit me up, right, because I put the invitation out there. Oh, I want to see the fights, Mikey. How do I see the fight? Someone got at me yesterday. I said, look, man, bring a cooler full of White Claws and water, and you're in. Boom. So I'm giving everyone their little assignments, and then they can come and see the fights. Man, it's going to be a good time, man. Now, there are peleas, gente, so someone might get KO'd. It might be me. I'm talking all this smack, and you know, I wake up, birds chirping around my hip. And I'm looking at the lights, and Pinchy Snowman broke me off. I don't know. But I do know this, que somos mexicanos. Y lo que no tenemos es miedo, güey. No somos becerritos, güey. Soy un pinche toro pesado, güey. So none of us are coming in there expecting anything else than to give our best, put on a show for the people. It's going to be live, so people are going to be live. That's what I'm asking everyone. You're going to get in the ring. Everyone's going to just be, well, you know, there's going to be a photographer, maybe people shooting video. But as long as you just don't get in the way of the chingazos. You know how it is. When people squabble up, don't be a pendejo and get in the middle. Or don't be a foot away from them and you're going to get hit. Okay? Give them a little bit of space, back up from the ring. And then let's do it, man. So maybe we'll do a little face-off. Maybe we'll do a little stare down. Maybe we'll do a little something. But anyway, let's get back to the topic. Look at the in and out, the Dutchman. Ching. This is the last one. I had 3 of them already. This is the last. This is how I eat it, too. That's how I eat it. I just remove the carbs, you know what I mean? Give me a second. Let me take a bite of this goodness. My goodness. Platinum Detail says, what negative stuff you got to say today? How about this? Chinga tu madre. How about that? You know what that means? Unless you don't know Spanish, like tattoo artist, you know, who just drives around looking for sweet 16s to hit up. How about that? You don't have to say anything negative or positive, you know what I mean? As long as you do you, that's what people gravitate to. They don't like bullshit. They don't like watered down. They don't like people that are controlled. They got receipts on you, or even in the politics, left, right, and all that other shit. Left trying to fucking knock Republicans, right trying to knock Democrats. That's been going on since fucking Marcus Aurelius and Caesar Augustus. So yeah, we shoot the shit the way we shoot it, all the way straight, no cut, no water. That's actually how I talk to my clients in real life. Did you know there's this law, the law of attraction? Did you know the law of attraction? When you want something, you have to detach yourself from it. So when I talk to a client, I'm like, look, man, I know you already talked to, I'm realtor number 51. You know, they got you on the phone today. Whether you work with me or not, I'm good. I just want to know if you want to know your options. That's it. I'll shoot you straight. And next thing you know, oh, come on over. Tell me how much my house is worth. It's the law of attraction. The law of attraction is based on detachment. And it's true even with like relationships. The ladies, the guys, right? The most aggressive guys, you wonder why they're the ones that always get shot down. All the time, they get shot down. Guys want to praise him. Oh, he's a Mac. He's a Mac. He's a Mac. What? Just because he's loud? Just because he's lightweight, obnoxious to girls? He's a Mac? And he ain't got no play. But when you detach yourself, walk in the room and be that one that's uninterested, all of a sudden, they start tapping your shoulder and sending you drinks. And you're like, I'm not even interested. But that's just the way it works, man. It's universal. Ray Velasquez in the that's another day oneer. Daniel Gonza, Ray Velasquez, you're invited. Death Row is invited. Barrio Tactics, it goes without saying. Georgie, come through también, way. Georgie, come through to the fights. It's gonna be the day of the Canelo fight. We'll be in there on Friday. I'm gonna hit up Rafa. He's a partner of mine. He lives in Fontana. The cabrón has una pinche casa. It looks like a mansion. Okay, they had one already in Cucamonga, and he bought another one in Fontana. He's an engineer, making like 6 digits. But we're gonna go hang out with him, and his wife's a photographer, and his wife and my wife are best friends. Just a cool, solid dude. But we're gonna hang out on Friday, hang out at the pool, chill, relax. I'll get a hold of Daniel from Coach Al's son Daniel, who actually is the one that was cornered Mile High on his last fight, on the fight in November last year. Get a hold of him. All we're gonna do is just set up a backdrop, little red carpet, some little ropes for some, you know, media, photos, videos, and that's it, man. All the other action is gonna be in the ring. We'll be taping up, talking shit, shooting the shit. We'll do a little face-off. Elvia Cadena, you know, she'll sing the national anthem. Loca. We got the ring girl Loca, who you guys DM me, Loca this, Loca that, and well, you want to shoot your shot. Just don't be a weirdo, okay? You don't want to be there and be a weirdo, okay? That's the last place you want to be, because the brown wall is all pro boxers, okay? Weirdos are gonna end up lumped up, so forget about weirdos coming. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about, man. What up, bro? DC4L. That's right. Ramiro Santibáñez in the casa. I appreciate you, my boy. Ranch gang deep, ready to throw chingazos. I appreciate you, my boy. I really do, from the bottom of mi corazón, man. Hey, happy belated birthday otra vez, way. Happy belated birthday. It's your birthday month. This whole month? What's this month, huh, Ramiro? So, La Charra Oficial is another one that recently, those three that I put on the subject line right there, gente, they started following your boy, man. It's like, you know what? Just like I told Chicano Street, we're putting us on the map, man. The 831, the Central Coast. When people hear Salinas, it's us. They're gonna know it's us. We're on the map. You know, we got a lot of culture, a lot of history here. But La Charra Oficial followed me right after 44 Vato. And I mean, come on, gente. When you see a charra, you see her with her sombrero on, bullets. She got the bullets going across the chest, and she's flying the flag. I know people get mad, Mexican flag and all. Chinga tu madre if you get mad. That's one of the flags on the Chicano flag. You can't take off the Mexican flag, just like you can't take off the American flag. It just is what it is, man. All the other psyches, it don't make sense. It ain't gonna make sense to Gallo Negro. It ain't gonna make sense to Santana. It ain't gonna make sense to me. Anyways, so La Charra Oficial, I mean, when she flies that flag right there, I mean, ¿no te da orgullo? ¿No te da orgullo? I mean, I'm gonna end up buying probably a little hacienda in Mexico till the golden years. Or when, you know, when it hit 70 or something, the golden years, right? And just disappear in Mexico, man. I just want to be in the agave fields with a tomato garden and my grandkids running everywhere. That's what I want. So anyways, shout out to La Charra Oficial, man, for following me. I appreciate you, La Charra. Again, it's just bringing orgullo back to Mexicanos. Because a lot of Chicanos come over here in the United States and they're watered down. Third generation, fourth generation, fifth. Like, man, as many generations dilutes it. It's more and more water that you're putting on the thing. More and more water. The more generations you are. So she brings that sense of pride. So shout out to mi amiga La Charra Oficial for following me. I appreciate you. Again, it's a Chicano world over here. That's what we're doing. Anyways. And last, I also want to mention this. Guess who else me dio un follow, man? That's right, Dallas Cowboy. I appreciate you, Ramiro Santibáñez, Death Row 2025. We're going to put it together, the Raza event, because everyone else just selling wolf tickets, bro. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then nothing happens. But I get it. Not many people can make 2-3 phone calls and put something together like a show, right? Everything else, the other details just get added on. No problem. No sweat at all. But Popeye Ray, I want to give a huge shout out to Popeye Ray. We know him from his interviews, and he has his own podcast. Again, I apologize, Popeye Ray. I should have looked it up before this live, carnal, but I don't know the name of the podcast. Maybe someone can drop it in the comments. Do me a favor, look up Popeye Ray's podcast. Maybe it has something to do with boxing, or maybe it doesn't. Not everything has to do with your professional life. Maybe he doesn't want to talk about boxing. Maybe he does. I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth. Randy Jean, mi amiga. I appreciate you, Randy Jean. There's another original Chicano Street lady right there. I appreciate you, Randy Jean. And Young Hitler. Now shout out to you. Third man in the ring. Oh, is that what it's called? So he is making it boxing based. Look, gente, what I want to talk about is the reel that Popeye Ray started following me on. The reel. You know, we post reels, we post shorts to get engagement, right, from the community, right? It's something controversial. People are going to want to chime in, give their 2 cents on, right? So on that reel, it was called Fake OGs. This is what Popeye Ray, he ended up commenting on this reel. Or short, I mean. On YouTube it's short. Instagram is a reel. on the short called Fake OGs. And I put it on my Instagram story. It's still there. Of course, I'm not going to get rid of the comment, but I want you guys to go and read it. Popeye Ray, with all due respect, I send mines to you. Bendiciones a la familia, all of that shit, man. Just so you know what tip I'm on, what vibe I'm on. I am a vibe. I'm a walking pinchy vibe. Excuse me. So on that reel, I said, anyone dressing like a gang member at almost 50 years old pretty much failed at whatever they were doing, and are the reason that their children are getting shot, robbed, stabbed, and catching life sentences. I said that on the reel. Popeye Ray commented on there, and he disagreed. He disagreed, and then he drops his comment, and then he says, respectfully, Popeye Ray, Bassett Grande, SGV. I send mines. I'll tell you one thing about Chicano Street. We know how to conduct ourselves around OGs. That's never going to be an issue. Never, never, never. I didn't get taught wrong. Now that Popeye Ray is an OG and he's out here enjoying his life and turned his life around, and just like he said, he has, in that comment, he put a pretty big comment. Go and check out the short on YouTube. He put a pretty big comment, and he said, he disagreed because, again, the clothing shouldn't matter, and as a result of his positivity and turning his life around, his children are military, are PD, are veterans, and are successful. So I get that, absolutely. To finish my point, here in Salinas, we are historically, this is just history. I'm not gonna get into members only shit, but I'll talk something here. I don't like to put shit out there that should be in the members only, right? Salinas was the first established city of Northern California, if you know what I mean. You don't know the history. It just is what it is, right? But because of that, all of the OGs that I was raised by, right? Mateo, Batman, Manos, Mosca, they're all gone. They're all gone. Either the system swallowed them up, or the drogas, the drugs got them. But they went so hard because of the reputation the city had, as being the Mecca of Northern California, headquarters and all this other stuff. They went so hard, there's no more OGs out. So having an OG comment like Popeye Ray the Bassett, those interactions are new to me, because again, I don't got no OGs that are out. They all went too hard. The game swallowed them up, or the dope. I remember about 2 doors down, I had a buddy. His name was Andy. He's a Saldivar. His last name's Saldivar, and their family is Saldivar. I remember he used to get letters from his uncle Larry. Okay, this guy. Okay, this man, I don't know what happened to him. I believe he's still around, but I believe he's in the system for life, like never getting out, ever. His nickname was Perico. You could look him up. It was actually in that book by Gabe Contreras, right, the officer. He had about 20 confirmed bodies. This was back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, where they're just catching bodies behind the walls, never getting out. I remember we used to read his letters, never getting out. Again, that Popeye Ray's out here, that he turned his life around into positivity, that's great, man. Interacting with OGs on the internet, I went ahead and I just put some praying hands, even though I know someone said, hey, they're not even praying hands, they're both clapping. Okay, I'm not trying to clap at some or look like a fucking lame, but I put praying hands on his comment when I replied to it. But I guess ultimately, I understand. He's not talking to someone that doesn't get it. I get it. That Popeye Ray turned his life around, and however he wants to dress. I'm trying to break that stigma of
But I mean, we did walk a lot.
you look a certain way. That's like reading a book by the cover. We don't play that shit no more, man. Someone got a flannel, a Pendleton 501s, Hush Puppies, Dickies, Benz, etc. I don't play that no more. Matter of fact, I wish that clothes got more assimilated into like the cultures. I wouldn't mind of a bunch of pinchy skaters. We're just all wearing Charlie Browns now, skaters. I bought some skater shorts the other day at Costco. They're called what are they? The skater shorts? O'Neill's? No, O'Reilly, O'Neill. I can't remember, but there were some badass skateboard. They're actually like board shorts. They were really light too. I'm like, oh damn, these are the shit. Kimosabi, yes. So what Popeye Ray said, I get it, man. I also get what Chicana Smile said on Hoodstocks. She gets offended. It's a uniform. I get it. People have PTSD when they see someone dressed like Junior who just got out, and then he's not about that life. He's not about that action. Chicana Smiles, she got offended. That would have been a good question. I don't know if Popeye Ray, if Lucky asked Popeye Ray. So 44 Vato just started following me on IG. La Charra Oficial and Popeye Ray dropped a comment. And Lucky Sun Tzu, Lucky from Hoodstocks, the #1 street podcast in California. I mean, that's Northern too. The thing about Northern is that Northern is underrepresented. They got Chicano Street. Who else do they got? Who else? They got Chicano Street, I know that. But I'm not talking about a podcast. I'm not talking about Lone Ranger, solo, dolo guys. I'm not talking about a cell phone. I'm talking about you got a show. You got a studio. You got a set. Lights, camera, action. So in Northern California, we're here, Chicano Street. But Lucky Sun Tzu, he shared the flyer for Mexican Independence Day sparring. I just want to give a gracias to Lucky Sun Tzu, man. I just want to give a gracias. I fuck with Lucky. I fuck with them tough. Matter of fact, believe it or not, I just ordered from his website the trucker hat. How about that? I just ordered, it was a bad trucker hat too.
Gosh, you gotta go, okay?
It was a bad truck. It was the snapback trucker hat on 50racks.com with Hoodstocks. I just ordered that shit. I'm gonna be rocking that shit, man. Again, someone asked me though one time, would I ever go on Hoodstocks? I'd have to respectfully decline. Why would I do that? Because no soy pendejo. I'm not gonna set myself up, much less put Lucky Sun Tzu in a situation, because I've done videos with undesirable people in the gang world that are undesirable or whatever. I know what I've done. No soy pendejo. So if Lucky ever called me up, I'd have to respectfully decline it, because again, you don't know what you don't know. When you started jumping on videos with motherfuckers, you thought everything was cool, and then later on, after the fact, I didn't know nothing about no one. Believe it or not. I know no one's gonna believe me. Everyone's like, oh, Mikey, you know this, you know. I've been retired for years now. 17 years I've been retired. Done. My jersey's hung up. There it is. There's the jersey. I didn't know what I didn't know, and I'm not gonna get into a situation. It don't matter. Clout, numbers, exposure, none of that shit matters. Just because I know the premise and the basis. He's a street podcast. People that are gonna be there are legit fucking street people, right? And not just that, even in my real life dealings too, with the ministry, when I do conventions, the gang conferences, I'm sure half of the motherfuckers at the Victory Outreach are probably dropouts. Half these motherfuckers are probably dropped. Now, I don't know if they told or whatever. Obviously, if it's a big case or something, you might hear of it, but half of them. So again, I wouldn't, because I'm not going to put myself in a bad situation, but that he acknowledges we're made an effort to put a raza boxing event together that no one else is doing because everyone else is woofing. I appreciate the acknowledgement, and I appreciate him sharing it. And the online interaction is as far as it's going to go. It's as far as it's going to go. Kimosabi's in the casa. Maybe on neutral ground. That's gonna give you a red color hack. Oh man, that's crazy. Someone said up north they overdrew the red a lot. I know they wear red a lot, huh? Like Santa Claus. I remember I had a partner's friend who told him when I used to go snatch him, pick him up to go riding and everything we used to do in the 90s. And he said, hey, my mom says you wear more red than Santa Claus. They kind of do it, right? They push that line and shit like that. And it is what it is. But no, a black one way. I want the black one, Kimosabi. It was a good deal. $20. The shipping to my area code, 93905, was $6. Not bad. $26 and some change. Not bad. I'm gonna rock that hat too. But with Popeye Ray, respectfully, Popeye Ray, respectfully, carnal, I will say this to you, Popeye Ray. I've been retired, bro, for 17 years. Didn't go out ass backward. Ain't no one doing time because of me. Ain't no paperwork on me. Back then it was like, no one even thought of that. Like the way the internet says it now, this and that, and active and paperwork, and then 128s and lock up 115s, A1 115. We did this shit and didn't care about it, right? All there was the main line, or you went with the rats, right? And I guess shit changed in the later 2000s. About the time they changed the clothes, because by the time I was cutting out on high control, they started giving out paper clothes, and I still had 501s, and I still had the state shirts with the button-ups. I will say this, Popeye Ray, I've been retired for 17 years, carnal. I have to push a hard line against that, against the violence, against the cycles, against the youngsters getting caught up. I have to. And I grew up having friends that were in generations of gangs. Their parents clicked up, uncles clicked up. I mean, older brothers, YA, then got clicked up. And my friends didn't have a chance. They were gonna be vacuumed in the shit. You know, it's like, I know everyone has choices, but you have to realize your upbringing affects your choices. So if all they saw, eat, sleep, and breathe, was the gangs, that's all it was ever gonna be. So I push a hard line, Popeye Ray, because I'm tired of getting phone calls, going to hospitals, seeing youngsters with bullets in their chest. I'm tired of hearing a 14-year-old youngster went to go buy some Similac milk for his baby sister. The mom gave him $10 to go get baby formula milk. And he walked to the corner store, and the cutlass came around the corner and cut him down. I have to push a hard line for that. And most of the time, it's the parents that brought their children in it, because they're still dressed the way they dress. Just understand that. I'm saying this, Popeye Ray, respectfully. I'm saying it very respectfully. I have to push a hard line. I can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I can't be a tough guy on the internet one day and the next day I'm helping youngsters. I've been helping youngsters now for 17 years. My reward is the dozen or more youngsters that I ran into on the streets that told me I took your advice. You told me the homies are always gonna be there. Yup, that ain't gonna change. They ain't gonna send you one money order though. And you told me to go and get the bag and get my money. Now, I got the bag. I'm an electrician. I got a family. I got kids. I got a boat. I got a car. So whatever makes you happy. To me, what makes me happy is I got to see the turnaround. Saving people's lives. So just respectfully, Popeye Ray, just know where I'm coming from. When I say that, it's from a place of respect. And I'd rather keep pushing the message of put the gloves up, put the chingazos up, man. Stop being a chavala, man. Everything ain't got to turn into metal. Metal was the last resort back in the day until about the mid-90s, and then it turned into drive-by season.
Erica from Ford said bad connector.
Jethro says Chicanismo Raza. That's right, my boy. I know that. I was watching that Hector Jesus interview on True Hustle podcast, and he said, I don't identify as Mexican American, and I'm an indigenous man and all that. And okay, cool. But really, like, the way he lives and the way he dresses and he carries himself is actually a very modern indigenous man, right? 2025. I'd be shocked to look at him and hear him identify as an indigenous man. But that's how he identifies. But Mexican American, ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, Chicano, we're going to keep that candle lit as long as I'm alive. You know, I don't know what's going to happen to the platform after I'm gone, but we're going to push this line forever and ever. It's alive. It's alive. All this, what do you identify as, right? Gets people confused and shit. I don't know why, but Stiffy Lubricantes in the casa. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, man. There's a day oneer right there. How you been, carnal? If you're going to be an Upland Way, I sent a message over to Beanloke, Mr. 209, the fellas, right? All of you are invited, man. It goes without saying. It goes without saying. If you're going to be in Upland in 909 on 9/13, the day of the Canelo fight, hit me up, my boy. Hit me up. I'll be right there. We'll have some White Claws and something to drink. It's going to be a good old time. You know I get down on the shows, wait. You know I get down on the shows. So my name's going behind it. It's going to be good, man. We got Mile High Hustle. We got Snowman, the Fontana. He's at home, so he's proud as hell. Snowman's like, anyone's going to come to my town, my area, and run a fade? Oh, man, I'm there. Same thing. Like if someone brought a show to Salinas, I'm there. The Foods Gone Wild show, he posted like a month ago, hey, looking for some fools to get down and throw chingazos, and I haven't even seen him. Next thing you know, he posted, I'm taking a month off. I'm like, damn, well, who's going to fight then? Because Mexican Independence Day is already in 3 weeks. You know, Lalo Gombrazy, he got his ass whooped again, man. Another guy named Kick Guy, I guess he's a streamer, again, Compa J. He's getting his ass kicked, and then he comes on the internet and says, well, I'm not a boxer. Look, you don't got to be a boxer to get in the ring. The only thing the ring proves is if you can fight or not. That's it. That's people overcomplicate it. Oh, I'm getting in a boxing ring. Well, let me try to learn 10 years of boxing in 3 months. You're a fool. You're a fool. The only thing the boxing ring does is tell the truth. If you can fight, then you'd get in the ring and show us that you can fight. If you can't fight, then the ring tells the truth. You get in there and you get your ass fucking kicked because you can never fight. Now, we're putting boxing gloves on you. Don't overcomplicate things. You just could never fight. That's it. Big Dogs in the casa. Orale, Mike, I said, man, my boy, man, we had 44 Vato follow us. We're feeling good right now, my boy. 44 Vato followed us. La Charra Oficial followed us, waving the flag every car show, everywhere she goes to. She just posted a video about Watsonville. That's in my neck of the woods. Watsonville's 831. A lot of people didn't know that. That Richie Valens actually had some familia in Watsonville as well. And then Popeye Ray also started following me on IG, and he commented he disagreed with me, and I understand where he's coming from. He disagreed with me that that older people, 50s and under 60s, that are still dressing like cholos, that's their prerogative. I get it, Popeye Ray. Absolutely, I get it. Trust me, I get it, Wade. You know, if I was from another world, a square or something like that, then I wouldn't get it, right? Matter of fact, Popeye Ray says he pulled up to Soledad, that was our first penitentiary, and then they needed to give us a 4, because it gets crazy around here. They gave us a 4 facility up the hill. But when Popeye Ray went to Soledad, that was no joke. I mean, back then I heard they were taking out big old metal spoons that they would get the soup, metal spoons. They were sharpening spears, I heard, back then. That was like, it was real. It was real back then. So, man, shout out to Popeye Ray. He has all of my respect. And, hey, he commented, But then he followed me out of respect, and I followed him right back, man. I don't know why I wasn't following him, but I followed him right back, man. Watson, shout it out. That's right, my boy. One of my tattoo artists was actually from Clifford. Yeah, he was from Clifford. He moved over to Salas in about the late 90s, and he started blasting up half the neighborhood. We knew where he lived. Well, it was mom's house. There was a mom and the stepdad, but he always liked those old trucks, 48 Fleet Lines, 52 Chevys. He had 45 Chevys, and he would dump them. Boom! Base coat them, pinstripe them. He was the man, and he knew how to tattoo. He was from Clifford, man, so shout out to him, man. His name was Gilbert. He blasted up half of us, but shout out to Watson, man. He says, this is fucking lame, man. Talk about a lame. Look at your fucking name. Your name is fucking Liam. What a fucking lame-ass name. Sound like the Unabomber. Por favor, like Rasa. That's right. I appreciate you, Death Row. That's right, Gnarly Vato. I appreciate you, my boy. That's right. Gnarly Vato's another day one. Another Chicano in the comment section. Jeez, it's coming out this session. The Chicano culture. Yeah, just remember it, way. You know, there is a distinction between the Cholo culture and the Chicano culture. Because I've said it, I don't know how many times, way. If you called it a Chicano event, I took Cesar Chavez over there, and all he saw was nothing but bald head, Lokes, Charlie Browns, and tattoos. Would Cesar Chavez call it a Chicano event? Would he or wouldn't he? That's all I'm saying. So there's a mixture of the two that gets people confused, but I get it because a lot of Chicanos are cholos. I get that, way. As far as the youngsters, they don't care, bro. Their pants look like they rolled down the fucking hill and all ripped up, and they don't care, bro. They just have skin tight pants and SRTs and Hellcats, and that's what the youngsters want. All of my friends had lowriders. We all had lowriders. I had 3 lowriders at one point. 3. Okay, 2 of them were juiced up with chains and blend batteries and solenoids. Are you going to be selling Chicano Street merch? No, bro. We're going to make it easy, bro. In and out, man. I just want to go live for the people. You see us right there in shorts and get ready to throw chingazos, wrapping our hands, talking shit. I'm going to have a camera following me. Everyone's going to be live, bro. Everyone's going to be live. I want the people to see it. This is just me giving back to the people, man. And this ain't no jumper, fake ass shit. They weren't even trying to punch themselves on no jumper, gente. They weren't even trying to really get down on no jumper. Can you believe that? Like pity patty fighting. And Brandon versus this. And that was all pity patty stuff. I do like the look, though. That looks like that Lionheart parking garage look where people are surrounded. You know, that's that. I like that look. That's what we're going for. That look. That's why people are going to be in the ring and around the ring. This ain't going to be 2 people in a big-ass ring and it's all quiet. Nah, hell no. I want people cheering on Snowman, cheering on Cholo Trucker, you know, and some shit talking. And I want it to be entertaining, man. It is. And in that night, we got to see Canelo. You know what I mean? I got Canelo on that one. I think he's too big. Are you going to be selling Chicano Street merch? You're looking to get smoked, cuz. Yeah, exercise your little Twitter fingers, man. Exercise, because on YouTube, is that what's going to happen? A YouTube drive-by? Because I'll tell you what won't happen. That won't happen in my community because they know me too well. My community knows me too well. But again, act tough on the internet. Were you raised by women? It sounds like you were raised by women. People that were raised by women are the only ones that talk loud on the internet. Beautiful. Yeah. Shout out to New York. Hey, you don't need to track anything, fucking Liam. If you want, I'll just send you my dot card. My dot card, look it up, .com, dot card, has all my info. I ain't hard to find. I'm the easiest guy to find, man. Matter of fact, I'm in the neighborhood right now. Track this. Track that. Pussy. It's different for reals. Yeah, hell no. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that's right. This little ass bitch. I should just... That mustache. What are the criteria? What are the criteria to be a Vato Loco? That generation is gone, bro. That generation in the 90s. There's no more, bro, because there's no more pride in the culture. There's no more pride and respect, and there's no more people that have their palabra, their word. A handshake is official, makes it official. All of that is dead, man. The last of us that are cut from that cloth, they wonder why we're overly respective. You know, they mistake our kindness for a weakness, for being overly respective. I seen too much shit. Plus, the loudest ones in the room are always the weakest one. Plus, the ones that are shouting and yelling are all just tapped into their feminine energy. So, shout out to all the originals. That's right, my boy. That's right, man. Indeed, don't give that energy, bro. No, it's entertaining. You know, I don't really talk shit or get into it or anything like that, but it's entertaining as hell, man. I will tell you that, man. All right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man. Last comments, and then let's do some closing statements. How about that? Shout out to all the working class. Safe journey to all the razas. That's right, man. All right, Georgie Music. We really appreciate what you're doing. Well spoken. I'm just shooting me, bro. I'm shooting me. It could have been another cabron that would have took the fucking name Chicano Tube, and it would have been another flavor, right? Maybe some cabron that's not all there, not all mature, hasn't been through any shit. It just nos tocó a nosotros, man. Nos tocó a nosotros. So we're always gonna speak the real, like Popeye Ray. He didn't like when I said that, but that is the real. But again, that's how I see things, right? He's one of the fortunate OGs that got to survive everything he went through and thrive and succeed in the end, and his children are a reflection of his change and positivity. I'm glad, because that's not everyone's story. Most of the OGs, kids, wanted to be OGs too and pushed a hard line. I have a friend whose son I used to see in diapers back in the 90s. In diapers. He got 2 life sentences. 2, not 1 life sentence. He got 2 before he was even 21. He couldn't even buy a beer, and he already caught 2 bodies. And he never had a chance, man. We used to fight our boys together in the driveway. We used to put all our boys fighting each other. We used to groom our boys to be tough and fight each other and don't cry, don't cry. Now I learned how much fucking trauma we caused our kids. Damn, that's a shame. All right, let's comment. I see you afraid with man wears mustache. I look tough. Okay, yeah. Talking on the internet is tough, huh? Talking on the internet is tough. You're probably a gavacho. That all these fucking gavachos try to do is do different screen names, like they're brown, the brown Chicano, the brown Chicano Express, the brown isn't, and they're really fucking gavachos behind that screen trying to divide la raza. I seen people like on American Cholo's podcast, it was the last week. People went in there, I saluted him, and people were talking shit about me and their names, and I was like, and he picked up on it. He was like, nah, we didn't go to peace, you know, after everything we went through, to just fucking turn it around and believe a fucking comment or believe a YouTube handle. Not Charles Street. I know that there's perpetrators. Let's get ready to rumble. That's right, man. All right, man. Yeah, fuck this other Vato. How about that, man? All right, man. Perfect. All right, you guys. Again, I just appreciate that the channel's growing. I appreciate 44 Vato tapping in, La Charra Oficial tapping in, and OG, the Bassett, SGV Zone, Popeye Ray is also tapped in and started following us. We're just growing. The community is growing, you guys. Hit that pinchy like. I'm out. I got to keep it pushing and moving. The sun is out. It's time to keep it pushing, man. I appreciate you, Gnarly Vato. That's right, my boy. I appreciate you, George Music for all season. That's right. Hey, you guys are all invited, man. Everyone that's in the chat is invited. It's safe. It's family friendly, even though don't if you can, avoid bringing the kids, because, you know, it's like a party, and then the kids get, you know, they're just kids. Kids will be kids. If you can, keep it adults only. But everyone's invited. I'll see you on 9/13. Gente, the new followers that we got, it just shows we're doing something over here. All right? I'm out. Oh, how do you like the new Ray-Bans, cabrones? The new Ray-Bans. They're clean. The other ones are at the bottom of the Delta in Sacra, because I didn't know. I was on an inner tube behind a boat getting drugged with my daughter, and we flipped. And I didn't give a fuck about the glasses. My daughter's 15 years old. Even though we had life vests on, she was scared a little bit. Even though when we both came up, she was only like 5 feet away from me. I swam to my baby and grabbed her. I'm like, fuck the $300 glasses. You know, I'm going to go swim, hug my baby, and tell her, you're all right. Dad's here. Don't trip, man. Dope TV, I appreciate you, my boy. That's right. Kimosabi, salute over to you, carnal. Canelo with the KO in the 8th. He's already taking bets. That's right, cabron. Hey, on Oompa's birthday, he ended up winning about 4 G's. And I ended up coming up a rack and a half. And then Raymond got 1,000 on Oompa's birthday. So Chicano Street will be next month, you guys. I'm out. Remember what I always say? Beautiful, linda raza. Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.
Yeah, for FSR.